Hello everybody, welcome to my channel. Today I am going to show you how to make a cricket-like game in Python. I like to call it number cricket, and here's how it works. More about this game is in the description below. Let's start writing the program. But first, don't forget to click the subscribe button and notification bell. Import random. The import function gives us access to a library in Python. Here we want to access the random library to generate random numbers, so we use import random. Let's create a variable. Play again is equal to y. The y is used instead of yes because it uses less memory. A variable is a location in memory in which you can temporarily store a data type such as a string or number. Here we are assigning a character value to the variable called play again. Think of a variable as an empty box where you can store anything. You can choose a name for the box, like play again. This is called the variable name. Variables can be altered during the program, but constants don't. Variables can also be used in various places, replacing the value you need. This is very useful as an advantage for long programs. For example, instead of using 3 again, you can set a variable called num and set 3, then replace all the 3 values by num. Now let's create an iteration, a condition-controlled while loop. While play again is equal to y. There are two main types of loops, while loops and for loops. While loops repeat until the condition defined is true, but as soon as it is false, it breaks the iteration. For loops repeat for a specified number of times, so they are called count control loops. Here, the condition is that if the variable has the character variable y in it. If it's true, it executes the code, otherwise skips it. This is true as we defined earlier. We need this while loop so that the user can play until the user wants. Remember that 2 equal signs means equal to used in defining conditions, and 1 equal sign always used to assign a value, for example to a variable. Odd even is equal to input odd or even. Here we created another variable which is like heads and tails. You will know about how it works soon. The input command is used to ask the user to enter a value or something according to the command in the brackets. This is the only output shown to tell the user what to enter. Now let's make a selection, an if-else decision statement. Let's first write for odd. If odd even is equal to odd, which is deciding if odd even variable has odd stored in, then print So I choose even. NumPlayer is equal to int input. Now type 1 to 10 number. Don't forget to close the int function. This line of code is similar to the previous line. Odd even is equal to input odd or even. Just one difference is that there is an extra int function around the input. The int function converts the string entered by the user through input into an integer, which is any whole number like 3, 2, 4. However, 23.45 is a float. This is known as casting, where we change from one data type, string, to another data type, integer. NumComputer is equal to random.randint 1, 10. Now here the random.randint function is used to generate random numbers. The random is telling the computer to access the random library, and the dot is within that library. The randint function, where int defines that the number is an integer. Then there is a start of the range and end. Here is a range between 1 and 10. I name the variable num followed by computer and player to distinguish between the two numbers. You can also use number variable names like num1 or num2. Print my number is. The print function is used to output something, and the comma joins two strings or data types together. Like this is a string and this is an integer value. Add is equal to NumPlayer plus NumComputer. Print. So the total is add. We can also use concatenating here, which is to join two strings together using the arithmetic operator plus. The line right now is simpler, but if we use concatenating, we need to use casting first to change this integer into a string, because concatenating only occurs between two strings. You cannot join two different data types. To make add a string, we can do add is equal to string, which will convert this integer into a string, add. Then just change the comma to a plus. This is an example of casting and concatenating together, but only use concatenating when the values are strings. So just make this line a comment, which means it will not be executed when the program is run. It is only for the programmer to C. If add %2 is equal to 0. Do you know what this percentage symbol means? If you don't know, then let me tell you that it is mod, which is modulo. This is the remainder when we divide something. For example, 7 divided by 3 will give you 1. Because 3 times 2 is 6. 7 minus 6 left over is 1, the remainder. This is an example of nested if statement, which is a if statement in if statement. This means that the addition of the two numbers that was stored in the add variable divided by 2 should be 0. And if that is, it is an even number. Because 2 is a factor of even numbers. That ball is equal to random dot random 1, 2. We used random because the user said odd and the computer chose even, but the total is even. This means it's the computer that can choose to either to bat or to ball. Let's make a comment here so we know which one is batting and which one is bowling. 1 is equal to batting or bat, and 2 is equal to bowling or bowl. If bat ball is equal to is equal to 1, then print I choose, just to tell the user, so you are bowling. Print write 1 to 10 number each time asked. Oh yeah, one thing, I need to add this. Score player. No, I should add this here. Score player is equal to 0 and score computer or comp for short is equal to 0. We created 2 more variables to keep track of the scores for computer and when the player will do batting. Num comp or computer is equal to random dot random 1, 10. Again choosing a random number between the range 1 and 10. Num player is equal to int input your num. This will ask the user to give the number to computer as bowling. Then score comp is equal to score comp, which is the value right now stored in this variable, added on by num comp. This will add the score or runs that computer just scored without getting the ball to wickets into its total score or runs. Here is an example of showing two uses of variables instead of numbers, as I said earlier when explaining variables. Let's make another condition-controlled loop. While num_player is not equals to num_com. This is the symbol of not equals to, where not is symbolized by the exclamation mark. We want the game batting and bowling to go until the computer is not out, which will happen when the two numbers match, and while loop works until the condition is met. So instead of using two equal signs, we use equals not, exclamation and 1 equals to sign. By the way, you can also use for loops to make specific number of bowlings and battings, like a few overs of balls, and if you want that, then comment below. I will show you how to make overs like in cricket in my next videos. Let's see how this program looks when we run it. Oh yeah, we need to remove this to make it work. Try again. So yeah, it works. It asks us odd or even. Odd, because we have just made the odd if statement. I choose even, now type 1 to 10, 3. So it chose randomly 2, 3 plus 2 is 5, which is odd, but we made an if statement for even. So it skips that part and repeats the while loop, and it asks this again. Let's try to run it again. Odd. This time I choose 4. It chooses 7, which is 11. Odd again. Let's try 5. Yeah, this time it's even. I choose batting, you are bowling, write 1 to 10 number, 3. Oh yeah. Let me check the program. Yeah. Oh, the variable is not the same, so it's not defined. Yeah, now it's better. Let's try it again. Odd or even. 5. Odd. 3. Yeah. Odd. Yeah, so if I write 3 again here, yeah, so it repeats the while loop because we haven't added anything after inputting the number, so it works. I think I'm going to finish it here. I will continue writing this while loop and finishing the program in my next videos. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and like it. Thanks for watching.